We all know someone that says that they're waiting to buy a property because they think the market is going to hit the bottom soon, and that's going to save them a whole bunch of money. Well, what if I said that time may have come and gone, and if you're still waiting, you're likely to only see the market get more expensive? I'm Nicole Rueth, and I have the honor of being the owner and manager of the top lending team in Colorado. Because of this, we see a lot. On average, we do around 1,000 loans a year, and every person on my team has had a conversation with a client that starts with, well, I don't know, I might just wait until it's cheaper. But is it actually cheaper if you wait? Let's take a look at a few numbers and graphs from a good friend of mine, Megan Aller, who's a title rep with First American Title. Her reports on the 7 Denver metro counties detail the real estate current market. Because it's one thing for me to say that the bottom has hit and it's going up, it's another to see the data and understand waiting in today's market won't do you any favors. There are 3 graphs that I want to show you from all of her reports: the odds of selling, the average days on market, and price reductions. These 3 reports are broken down by price point as well. For today's example, I'm going to zero in on the 500 to 1 million range, simply because this makes up the largest portion of the market here in Denver. I have the entire report down below if you want to download it and take a look at all the homes at the different price points. So graph 1, the odds of selling. At the core, this graph shows the likelihood of listing a property and selling it within 30 days. The biggest takeaway from this chart is the trend. As you can see, during the pandemic, it rose to over 80%. I mean, that's when we saw homes going under contract within days. Then there was a decline, down to 33% odds of selling. I mean, this started a few months ago as rates went up, particularly in this market. Why? Because it's the most loan-dependent section of our market. But in good news, the last 2 weeks has seen a large jump in the odds of selling, and we're back to 57% odds of selling and being able to get under contract within 30 days. I mean, this is an indicator that buyers are out and ready to put serious offers in. This trend will continue as the spring market commences. So, reason 1 why you need to buy now? Because we're starting to see the buyer pool expand, meaning multiple offers, which means you could pay more for a home the more offers you compete against. Next, average days on market. Much like the first graph, this shows the trend of active buyers, and wow, it went from 60 days over the winter holidays down to 13 average days on market this last week. That's a massive drop. It's typical for the Denver market to heat up after the Super Bowl, and it seems this year was no exception. This doesn't just mean that buyers are out, but it means that the market will see similar patterns as to what we saw prior to COVID in 2019. Our largest amount of inventory is about to be listed, and there's a line of your peers ready to grab one of those. The sooner you get in, the better, because peak season is just a few weeks away. Lastly, price reductions. The biggest reason so many people thought we'd settled into a buyer's market these last few months is because of how often properties were cutting their prices. But if you wanted a house at a discount, your time is waning. I mean, over the holidays, over 65% of sellers reduced their home sales price before they went under contract. This number has been declining to whereas last week, only 35% of the homes needed to reduce their price to sell. I mean, I could go on and on about why now is the best time to get into the market. But just know this. Interest rates will not go as low as they were during COVID. The buyers who were priced out then are getting back in the market now. And with the population trends, that's not going to stop anytime soon. Getting into specifics, you can see from the data, which was collected from RE Colorado, that there's been a shift. And don't say I didn't warn you, because now is the time. When you are ready to apply, give my team a call. We'd be honored to go to work for you.